let's say I had 8.4 times 10. Are you looking up? You're looking up, not looking up. If I had 8.4 multiplied by 10, the answer is 84. Why is the answer 84?
Because there's 1 0 and one goes to the right.
Okay. If I'm multiplying by 10, all I really have to do is move the decimal point one place to the right. The decimal point has ended up there. 84. What happens if I multiply 84 times 100?
Move back 2 places.
I move the decimal point 2 places. 1, 2. So what's my answer going to be?
84.
800. 840. Alright. If I multiply 0.4 times 1000,
8,400.
move the decimal point. How many? Look, how many zeros do we have?
3.
So move it 1, 2, 3. What's the number?
8,400. 8,400.
8,400. Right. 8.4, I multiply it by 10,000. How many zeros in 10,000? 1, 2, 3, 4. I move the decimal point 4 places. 1,
84
2,
times
3, 4. Yeah, decimal point ends there. 84,000. Alright, here's something you've never seen before. What happens if I multiply by not 10? Obviously, if I multiply by 1, does the decimal point change? No, it stays where it is. It doesn't move. The decimal point stays where it is. If I multiply, what do you think the opposite is? Going lower than 1. Well, you did 10, 100. What's going lower? What's 10 smaller?
Minus 10.
Yeah. 10 smaller than 1 is 0.1. Which way did you think the decimal point moves now?
Left.
Making it number smaller.
So 0.84.
Very good. Yeah. And so then what happens if I multiply by this? How many zeros do you see in this decimal?
2.
2. So I'm going to move the decimal point. 1,
0.084.
0.084. That's right. And again, 8.4 I multiply by 0. How many zeros do you see in this decimal? 3. Okay.
0.00.
1, 2, 3. The answer is
0.0084.
84. Right. Okay, that's great if you're multiplying by 10. If you're multiplying by 100. If you're multiplying by 1,000, that's great. If you're multiplying by 0.1, it makes it easy. Move the decimal point. If you're multiplying by 0.01, move the decimal point 2 places to the left. And if you multiply it by 0.01, move the decimal point 3 places to the left. Are you looking up, Michael? Right, but what happens if you have, let's say, 1.8 multiplied by 2.1? Well, the first thing you do is forget about the decimal points. Pretend they don't exist. So first of all, we do regular multiplication. So 18. So first of all, I'm going to multiply 18 times 21, as I normally would in maths. So first of all, I'm going to multiply. Some of you do this differently. 1 times 8 is
8.
1 times 1 is.
1.
Now I'm going to multiply by the 2, but I'm multiplying by 20, aren't I?
Yeah.
So it's the tens. So put down the 0 and multiply by 2 now. 2 times 8,
16.
2 times 1.
2. 3.
Now I'm going to add 8, 7, 2. Alright. Now what I have to do now is now I have to include the decimal places. How far in is this decimal place?
One.
From the right, it's 1. How far in is this one?
One.
So I have 1 plus 1 is
Two.
2. Start here. 1, 2. Alright, we'll do another example. So we'll go 1.8 again. And we'll multiply it by 2.56. First of all, what's the best thing to do right now? What?
Add a zero. Put 256 on top of 1.8.
Yeah. Put the 256 on top and the 1.8 on the bottom. Because I have less multiplication to do then.
It's not
Hello? Yeah. Yeah. Okay. Yeah, you're right, Sammy. I should, it doesn't matter as much in multiplication, but I should keep the 1.8 underneath. I'll do that. So we'll do the sum like this now. Right, so first of all, what did I say in the last question? Forget about the decimal points. But I'm just going to write the 1.8 over here. In multiplication it doesn't matter so much. It does matter in addition and subtraction. So first of all I'm going to multiply by the 8. 8 sixes. Stop talking. 48. Carry the 4. 8 fives. 40 plus 4. 44. Carry the 4. 8, 2, 16 and 4. 20. Now I'm going to multiply by the 1, but it's not a 1, it's a 10, isn't it?
Yeah.
So put down the 0 and now multiply by the 1. 1 sixes.
6.
1 times 5.
5.
1 times 2. Now I'm going to add 8 and 0 is 8. 4 and 6 is 10. 0, carry 1. 6,
4.6.
4. Now how many, start on the right, how many decimal places do I have? 1, 2. And another one, 3. 1, 2, 3. You understand that?
Yeah.
Right. Multiplying decimals. Does everybody understand that? Right. So what we'll do is, since you do understand that, we'll go on to dividing decimals. So I'll just take an example here. What about 174? What happens when you divide by 10?
The decimal point goes back to 1.
Well, when you multiply, the number gets bigger, doesn't it?
Yeah.
17.4.
When you divide, it gets
Small.
smaller. So it makes sense that I should move the decimal point left or right? Left. 17.4. Remember, dividing makes it smaller. Alright. If I have, so obviously we did that, 72 times 10. Decimal point is there. Does that make the 72 bigger or smaller?
Bigger.
Multiplication makes it bigger. So what's the answer?
720.
720. If I have 1.74 divided by 10, is the 1.74 getting bigger or smaller?
Smaller.
Smaller. Which way will I move the decimal point to make it smaller?
17.4.
No, smaller. So what do I get? 0.174. 86 divided by 100. The decimal point is here. This dividing makes it smaller. So which way will I move the decimal point? Left or right?
0.86.
1. Yeah. 0.86. That's right.
0.86.
And 158 divided by 100. Decimal point is here. Dividing by 100 makes it smaller. 2 zeros means I move it 1, 2.
1.58.
1.58. And one more. 0 point is multiplication. 0.47 multiplied by 100. Decimal point moves, make the 100 makes it bigger. So 1, 2. I move it 2 decimal places because there's 2 zeros. 4.7. Right, more division. What? Now watch this one. 4.6 divided by 0.6. Now watch what I'm going to do. So I'm not going to do the sum like that. I'm going to write it like this. 4.2 divided by 0.6. But watch, this is what I want to do. I want to get rid of the decimal place up here, over here. So what you do is I'm going to move the decimal place across to here. What does that make it?
6.
It makes it a 6. So I move the decimal place 1 point on the divisor.
6. Yeah. 6.
Move the decimal place 1 point
Right.
on that number.
So 7.
Now I've got 6 divided by 42.
We can put a decimal at the bottom of your answer.
I can put it there if I want. 6 and 42? 7 times. Another one. 13.85 divided by 0.5. Now I'm going to do the same thing. 13.85 divided by 0.5. Now, what number can I make that?
50.
No. I can move the decimal point to there, can't I? Making it a 5. So I moved it 1 place to the right. Move this one place to the right. Okay. Now divide normally. 5 into 1 doesn't go. 5 into 13 goes.
Twice minus 3.
Twice. Remainder 3. 5 into 38.
7. 3.
Yeah, 5 divided into 35. 7. Remainder 3. 5 into 35.
7.
Okay, so that's my answer. It's a short division. I'm sure you've all done short division before. Right, another one. 4.8 divided by 0.08. Right, so again, what number can I make this?
8.
But I have to move the decimal point 2 places to make that into an 8. So I need to move this one 1, 2. So 1, 2. 480. That's right. 480. So now divide by 8. 8 into 4 doesn't go. 8 into 48 goes.
6 times.
8 into 0 won't go. The answer is 60. Do you understand? Right. Is there anybody who doesn't understand that at this stage? No? Right. What if you have one example of multiplication and division? 1.2 multiplied by 0.4 over 0.3. Well, I'll do the multiplication first on the side. Rough work. 1.2 multiplied by 0.4. So just multiply as normal first. 4 2s are 8. 4 1s are 4. And there's no need to multiply by a 0, is there? How many decimal places are there?
2.
1, 2. 1, 2. That's my answer. Now I do my division bit.
1.6.
Now to divide, move my decimal point 1 place to the right to make it into a 3. Move my decimal point also 1 place to the right. Right, 3 into 4 goes,
1.
and remainder 1. 3 into 8, or 18 goes. The answer is 1.6. Is that okay?
For 8